All right. Welcome to a new stream. This is gonna be a quick one. Usually I've been doing 3-4 hour stream today. We're gonna keep it to a minimum of 2 hours. And with that, we will be drawing today Frieza. Today Frieza is the subject matter. Okay, and I'm just upgrading my stream thing, so we're gonna look a little bit better. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Yesterday was a pretty fun stream. I had people come through. Some of my buddies came in and streamed with me, which is pretty cool. Today we will be streaming by ourselves. So let's get started right away. We have 15 minutes on the clock, and let's put the timer. All right, so welcome. All right, so we're gonna be drawing Freezer, and usually I like to do a pose that's just pretty straightforward. Let's find, and let's use this one. All right, so we're gonna be doing a pose that's just straight ahead. Simple. I haven't drawn all day today, so I hope this is gonna be a fun one. Okay. All right, make sure you stick around because you're also welcome to participate on the stream by making suggestions. So the way that I stream is that I have a challenge. So my challenge is to do Frieza within 15 minutes, and time is running out. So let me get started. Make sure that the mic is working correctly. Okay, good. All right, welcome. We're going to be starting with Black Frieza today. Move this a little bit. All right. Don't forget to leave your likes, share the stream if you know somebody that likes Dragon Ball Z. Tap the screen just to show appreciation and so that other people may catch the stream. Okay, so we're getting started now. And the way that I draw is just a little bit different. I try to develop my own style where the heads are a little bit bigger, a little bit closer to chibi style, but not quite. By the way, I appreciate those who tuned in last night when we had the drawing hangout, which is something that I want to do at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. Pretty fun. Last night we ended up drawing Spider-Man, and I'll show it in a little bit. So thank you to those who joined in last night. Hey Jose, Veronica, welcome. All right, so last night we started drawing Frieza, but then we just jumped into the drawing hangout, which turned out to be pretty good. Okay. All right, everything seems to be working fine. Open this up. And let's open this. Boom. We got 12 minutes left. And I always say that the first drawing looks like trash. So if you jumping in, bear with me here. Okay. the last fan art challenge that I did was Cell, what is it? Perfect Cell. And yeah, same thing. Started like trash and ended up with a pretty good uh, pose at the end. And this is my way to do figure drawing. If you don't know what figure drawing is, it's where you grab subjects and you just draw them in a speed way. Speedy way usually is like 5 minutes, 10-minute drawings. I do 15 just because I like to have something complete. Usually, if you do 1 minute drawings, it's cool, but it's just to capture the gestures. All right, welcome, welcome, Mundi, Povo. Thank you for joining. Passing by. All right, let's do the hands. Move it over here. I was trying to get the. By the way, if you feel free to join in through YouTube so that you're welcome to see the screen a little bit more comfortable and you're able to interact in the chat. Just because here I can't see it right away, so. And by here I mean on TikTok. Okay. We have something. Still taking shape, still figuring itself out. But thank you for joining today. Also, feel free to check out my YouTube channel if you want to watch encouragement videos, art tips, and tips for people who want to be productive. I would say it's like tips for artists, but I have had a couple of people watch my video and they're not artists and they say that they appreciate the video because the last one that I made was on overthinking. Yeah, so check it out and let me know what you think in the comments. All right, we got 9 minutes. All right, so let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. All right, there we go. If you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments also. Feel free to jump in at any time, any minute now. All right. So yeah, so last night we drew Spider-Man and we had a couple of other streamers join in. Pretty cool. One of them was an artist. Well, two of them were artists, and the other one is more of a creative artist. Um, thank you for the follow, Jules. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live. Also, I have a Discord. Feel free to join the Discord. The link is in my YouTube channel. If you ever want to join in any drawing hangout, you'll see that we're drawing with other people, but you can also just join the Discord. And the Discord, I'll be putting the link first. And once the live gets going, then I'll just share the link here on whichever platform. Somehow TikTok, you can't click on the link, so you would have to go to either YouTube or Discord. And we're slowly building a little community. So if you feel like you ever want to learn how to draw, just jump in. We don't judge here. This is a judgment-free zone. All we're trying to do is just hang out, have fun, and do something. If you have never drawn, do something that you've never done, and if you have, just to get better at it. The way it would work, it would be similar to what I'm doing now, just that we would just choose one subject. Usually when I sketch every 15 minutes. I switch my drawing because my goal is to get faster and waste less time scribbling. But when we draw together, it's just a chill vibe. You can check out last night's stream on my YouTube channel or on Twitch. And yeah, you can see what we do. Just we talk and we draw, pretty much drawing and talking, which was what this series is called. And yeah, tell your friends who is an artist. If they have a phone, they can just draw with their fingers. In the computer, you can draw with your mouse. It's I use Magma. It's a drawing website, a drawing hangout website. It's pretty cool. All right, welcome, Raging Raptors. It's 80 and Juice George. Welcome to the stream. All right, we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Usually, what we do is that I ask you guys if you guys wanted me to draw a character in between, but tonight it's gonna be a pretty short stream, only about an hour. Usually, I go for 2, 3 hours, sometimes 4. But tonight is just gonna be me challenging myself. But on other nights, you guys are welcome to join in and give me suggestions of characters to draw. And those would be 10-minute challenges that I take from the crowd, that I take from the chat. And yeah, one day I want to get to the point where I'm just drawing and just like do a bunch of uh, like draw Dexter Laboratory and Frieza fused together. So those kind of things are where I want to lead all these drawings to in the future. But for now, we're just sketching, nothing too wild, just switching a little bit of the style and finding my flow, finding my my focus point. Welcome, Rentally. Welcome to the stream. All right, so there's someone in the chat on YouTube. Hey, what's up, bro? Draw accurate. Spinosaurus. Tomorrow you should do magma. Tomorrow you should do magma link. I'll let you know. So I'm trying to do once a week because I have like a couple of things in the works. Oh, this chat, I can't see anything. Let's see. Okay, so today's the first time that I have the chat on screen, and I'm trying to see where is the better place to put the chat. And that's super hard to read. Let me see. All right, let me pause the clock real quick just to try to be efficient. Yeah, so I'll do the magma challenge. Thank you for joining, by the way, last night. Kaiju Center. It's pretty fun to have you there. And yeah, this thing can't see Jack. Oh, there you can see it, but okay. Let me fix this chat real quick. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome to those coming in. Just fixing up the chat real quick to see if it's easier to see. All right, we got 2 minutes left. And we have some time. We have 3 minutes left to draw Frieza. Okay, and let me just change the color real quick. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, 3 people joined in last night to the Magma stream. 2 of them were artists, and 1 was not a drawing artist, but he's a performing artist. So you can come from any background, any creed, and you can join in the drawing party. All right, let's change this color to, all right, this is gold. Setting, font. Let's see. There's, nope, that doesn't. Let's just see if it works. All right, so again, we got 3 minutes left. Just figuring out something on the chat real quick. And we shall continue. All right, let me save it. Save. And see how this looks. That is hard to read. All right. Thought I had figured all this out, but you never know until you're done. And let's choose. Today's the first time that I'm trying out all the chat on the screen, just because I need to see. All right, that's better. The reason you should go Magma, link tomorrow. Reason 1, I'll be fun. Reason number 2, because can draw dinosaurs. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll let you know. Again, feel free to join the Discord. The Discord link is on the bio. I mean, on the, where is it? The Discord link should be in the description of the video. So join in, and there you'll find out once we are doing the stream. And make sure the Discord link is working. And yep, it's working. So anyone who wants to join the Discord link, just go to the YouTube channel and you'll find out if we'll be doing our Magma Hangout tomorrow. All right, let's get back to our scheduled program. Okay, let's remove. All right, and just one last thing before we get back to the art. One last thing. Where's this chat thing? Okay, this one's here. And this one is there. Let me move this thing up. Put it up here. All right. Mm. All right, so we got 3 minutes left, and I can't see anything on the screen. Are you sketching on the iPad? Yes, I am sketching on the iPad. I'm using Procreate. All right, so, all right, 3 minutes left, 3 minutes left. This is my daily routine of drawing and challenging myself to draw faster. Majin the Mystic. Yes, I am drawing on iPad. All right, so we're almost done with this sketch. We got 3 minutes left. And we gotta move on to the face now. So one of my goals is not to make it, I want to make it as finished as possible, the sketch. So I try not to go over my lines multiple times. But it's such a habit for me to make messy sketches. Um, try not to erase too much. And those are some of my bad habits. Okay. I think it's time to move on to the face. At the end, after I finish maybe 3 or 4 tonight, I will be just finishing and cleaning it up a bit more. Usually, one thing that I do when I'm sketching is that I allow you guys to choose, challenge me to do a 10-minute challenge. But tonight, like I said earlier, I am doing a quick stream. A bit tired, had a long day. So I just needed to put in the time and make sure that my new additions to the chat works. Which are those like little things on the top of the YouTube chat, of the YouTube stream. Hello, Mystical and Jay Z. Bro, this is hard. How often are you live? Thank you. I'm trying to go live every day. Um, it's been, I went live yesterday to do a hangout, like a live hangout. Jay Z, Drac, Daryl. Are you doing, do you do tutorials? I'm trying to start doing more tutorials on YouTube. So if you guys have questions on what to do or what questions you have, then I'll start doing some tutorials. Usually, I like to give advice more than tutorials. So if you go to my YouTube channel, some of my videos are on advice on how to be productive. If you're multi-talented, benefits of being multi-talented as an artist. Um, Sometimes it could be hindering, but how to find benefits in that. But if you have questions on specific things, I can also do tutorials. But yeah. All right, we got 30 seconds left. All right, time to get through this. Yeah, the hardest thing for me are always the eyes. I always leave them for last because, man, this thing always gets to me. But again, this is my first sketch. First sketch always sucks to me. Um, so bear with me. Another thing that I'm trying to do is use other programs. I just downloaded a new program called Feather, which is like, oh, the time is up. New program called Feather that you draw in 3D. I might show it later on tonight if you stick around. Um, Actually, let me just jump in a little bit. Once I do the second one, after the second sketch, I'll show the new program that I think it just came out. and you could go in 3D, and it's pretty hard at first, but I did a quick tutorial and it went okay. It had an okay vibe. Could you do a quick walkthrough of the program? All right, sure, sure. Let me just finish the cleanup here. Do you own a tablet? Do you have Procreate? Um, what are some of the questions? All right, so oh, and thank you for the follow, Majin. All right. Hey, what's up, cool kid? Welcome, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. All right, so here we have somewhat done Frieza. All right, so I'm gonna go real quick. I'm gonna put a timer. I'm gonna do a 5-minute run through Procreate, some of the features that it has, and it's a pretty expansive program. And I'll show you one of my favorite hidden things that nobody ever talks about in Procreate, which is something that I have a lot of fun with my daughter when we draw together. Draw cool kid. All right, cool kid. So today, unfortunately, I'm not taking any challenges from the audience. Usually, I do. I do 10-minute challenges, but imagine on TikTok, he requested for me to do a walkthrough Procreate. And today also I will be doing a short stream, only about an hour. And yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. But yeah, feel free to subscribe so that next time I'm live, you are welcome to add. You'll be do you call that? You'll be made aware that I'm live. All right, so real quick, so this is Procreate, right? Here on the top right corner are your layers. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I have an iPad, but don't have Procreate yet. All right, no problem. Um, Procreate, it is a paid app, but it's a one-time payment. Once you buy it in the App Store, you pretty much own it forever until they change their mind, like the Clip Studio Paint did. Another free program that you could use is Sketchbook Pro, which that one is that's where I started. But this Procreate took over, and it's become like one of my favorite for $13. Yeah, that is true, Richie Rich. $13 on the App Store, and it's so worth it. You have all your layers here. You pretty much have unlimited layers, depending on your canvas size. With 2 fingers, you could just undo. 3 fingers, you redo. So that's another handy tip. One cool thing is also you can use your pen. You can use your pen double tap, and you switch from your from your brush or your pen tool to your eraser. That's pretty neat. Um, Here on top are your brushes. Once you tap on the brush, you go through unlimited brushes. You can download new brushes. You can make your own custom brushes. I have my own custom set. I the Damian the Damian Shinha. Welcome to the family. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for following. All right, so here you have all your brushes. Pretty easy, right? Switch them. And if you notice here on the left, see how once I clicked, it changed. Oop, I forgot to put my timer. And again, I'm doing a 5-minute run through. Maybe on the next round, I'll explain more about Procreate. But yeah, you can see how this changes. And one neat thing that Procreate has is that you can save the brush size that you're using. Let's say you are doing your comic, right? This is my comic line. So this is when I'm doing if I'm doing a far away person like this size, I'll use this brush line, and you save it by pressing on it, and then here on the top you see a minus sign. If you click on the minus sign, you delete it, but if you're able to do 4 uh, saves of your brush settings, of the brush size pretty much. So that's my 5%. I have an 11% and a 25%. This is mainly for big close-ups. Let's say I need to do like heavy lines. This is my 25% in. It's good to save them just because you want to keep things consistent. If you're working on a comic book, if you're working on your graphic novel, or if you want a specific style to match your future drawings. All right, and then here on the bottom, it's my small details. Let's say I have a face, whatever, and then I'm like doing maybe he's injured or wrinkles, things like that. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna go through different modes of Procreate. There's Procreate Assistant, which animation assistant. You can do animations here. Really, really cool. Just add a frame. Let me just do a bouncing ball. Boom. Oh, up. And there we go. And then a little bit of time up here, and then it goes back down. So it's super versatile, and then it splash, and then it goes back to normal. Right now we have a bouncing ball. Let's hide. Once you add a layer here, it adds it here, so you have a lot of control. Aside Frieza, so all we can see is the bouncing ball. And then we have animation. So it is a very good program. You can also do, all right, so let's do erase the animation. We have 3 minutes left. All right, erase away. And this is a feature that a lot of people don't talk about much, but it's there. We have page assist. In page assist, this is for like making books. You have one page, another one, you have another page, and then you can just flip through your books. Um, then you can also just group them and they all go to one page. If you have like background, let's say background, your background, let's say your mid ground, which is maybe your character, and then your foreground. So you could do, you know, things like that. Yeah, but they give you a lot of options to where you can do a bunch of layers. Now, this is one of my favorite ones, Drawing Assistant. These your rulers. And one cool thing is that once you have your ruler here, you can click on Drawing Assistant. You check that, and now all I do is straight lines. No matter where I draw, all I'm doing is straight lines. These are good for buildings, for things that need to be straight. The best way that I use this feature is if you want to do perspective, you do isometric perspective drawings, which show you real quick. Assistant drawing. Oh, I didn't set it up. All right, so let's go back. Perspective drawing. All right, so here are 2-point perspective. Usually you want to bring it outside of your, let me know if you're enjoying this, by the way. I'm going to be stopping in 30 seconds. Just a quick tutorial. So you have your 2-point perspective. Now everything you draw goes to the perspective grid from above, or yep, and then you can do also your straight lines. So this is again good for buildings, good for cars, anything that you can think of that you want to put in perspective. And then last but not least, we have symmetry. All right, so the time is up. I'm almost wrapping it up. Symmetry, it's draw on one side, whatever you draw on one side shows up on the other side. So that's pretty cool. And then the very, very last thing that I want to show is references. So here, there's different kinds of references. You can have your canvas again, like let's say you want to zoom in really close. You can see what's happening once you let go of the pen. And I'm still in symmetry, so I might just, but you can see, you can have a clear picture of your whole canvas um, as you are drawing. I really appreciate you. All right, man, no problem, no problem. And then almost done with this quick demo. All right, let's hide this reference. Oh wait, it is on reference also. So this is a cool option that not a lot of people use, but I'll show you real quick how this could be used. Video capture only available in full screen. All right, so real quick, let's put this in full screen. So now with this feature, this is all right, let me go real quick to drawings with my daughter. So this is all right, let's go with this tiger. So this is something that a lot of people don't tell you about Procreate, and they say you can make your own filters. So this is a tiger face that I made for her. And the coolest part about this is the, oops, I dropped my light. All right, give me 1 second. Let me set up this lighting real quick. So yeah, it's something that not a lot of people talk about in Procreate. Um, all right, give me one. All right, here we go. So yeah, so you can make your own filters, and it's pretty. Let's see, pretty responsive. I think because this is here, it's not it's glitching. Or let's bring this lighting. All right. So and then you could do it live. So once you draw, it pretty much you can see that mask is being yeah. You're drawing pretty much on the mask as you are doing anything. So yeah, this is cool to make filters, to make I haven't really used it that much because it's a feature that is just there, and again, not a lot of people talk about it, not a lot of people use it. But if you want to make filters for Instagram, TikTok, and things like that, that's always an option. All right, let's get back to this arty party. Thank you for for the suggestion and for tuning in. All right, let's go back over here. So tonight we're drawing Frieza. We were just doing a quick demo. Even this, if you want a quick tattoo on your face, there you have a tattoo of Frieza. All right, let's turn it off and turn on the background. Let's take away the drawing assistant and turn off drawing guide. All right. Looking forward to more of your lives. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this was cool. All right. So let me check real quick. All right, so we're gonna be putting 15 minutes on the clock once again, and we're gonna be doing our second challenge of the night. Um, Usually, I always start with um, a frontal pose. All right, let's see if anything changed here. Everything seems to be working good. And the chat is over here. Let's bring it down a little bit more. All right, let's open up Pinterest. Yeah, cool thing about the iPad too is like you could split your screen in multiple ways. All right, let me just add one last thing here, one last detail. If you want also longer videos, tutorials of anything, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, and in any of the videos, you can just drop a comment to something that you would want to see me do. Um, yeah, I'm trying to make more videos, but I also want to do things that people want to see. I just, I do my own thing, but I want to get suggestions from people. these past streams, I based them on suggestions that people made on TikTok, on YouTube. All right, filter. There we go. Some music on YouTube. All right. So next drawing. Let's see. Next drawing. Nope, not Majin Buu. All right, let's do a funky pose. All right. Let's see if I have another one. All right, let's do. All right, we're gonna be doing this one. All right, 15 minutes on the clock. And here we go. Let me move this a little bit more to the right. Okay. Let's see. I think this would work even better. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I know what, that's not working, but we will ignore that for now. Let's see. All right, 15 minutes on the clock. And here we go. All right, so this pose. Also another frontal pose. I'm gonna create a new layer. Look forward to more of your lives. Thank you, thank you. Move like min my, me my. Welcome to the stream. All right, so for this pose, one quick tip is to find your action line and to find the energy where things are going. The shoulders pretty much would tell you how to guide yourself. And then I have this method called the bean method, where you do a big circle and a small circle, and usually you connect it, right, to create the orientation of the body. And then there's another thing called contrapposto, that if the shoulders are going one way, your pelvic or your waist goes another way, where in this formation that they will form an X, and that pretty much gives you a sense of what balance is. And I also have a tutorial. That one I have like a walkthrough tutorial on how to make a good pose, a good balance pose. All right, so let's keep it going. All right, so let's do the hand all the way straight up. It's a little bit slanted to the side. Let's do the fingers here. Forearms, bicep, and shoulder. And as you can see, what I'm doing is pretty much just finding shapes. I'm not, right now, I'm not worried too much about the muscles. I'm just finding the shape that the the um the body's in, or the hand is in. Okay, move him down. Oops. And this is one of the important reasons why it's good to check your layers before you start drawing. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that and use the lasso tool. Just cut his tail a little bit there. All right, let's cut and paste. So that creates a new layer. We can erase this away. Okay, let's make his head a little bit bigger. That's pretty good. Actually, should have made his body a bit smaller. Okay, all right. So we got one shoulder. And sometimes when I have the shoulder, I go right ahead and do the hand, and then I fill it back in by connecting the bicep to the forearm, and there we have something. And again, I'm not too worried about the details. I'll fill in the details later. I just need to fill in this canvas, you know, and sometimes it's a little scary when you have a white canvas, but as you get going, and everything just starts opening up. All right. Okay. Menacing smile of Frieza. All right. Clavicles for the chest. And we can have over here. Hey Spy, welcome to the stream. Tonight we're doing Frieza. And it's a challenge, you know, so I'm doing 15-minute drawings or 15-minute sketches. Okay. Okay, so bean shape did its job. Now I can just go about and erase whatever I have here. Connect the rib cage. All right. Damian Shinhan, thank you for the follow. And Richard Rich, thank you for the follow as well. All right. So we have long arm, big head, and let's do the legs. What I'm focusing on is on the angle of the legs, not so much from the shape at this point. Let's switch it up here and there, and then at the end when I'm finishing, I can go back and add some more muscle, take away something, or that sort of thing. Once again, also want to invite you guys to do the Hangouts. I'm starting to do Hangout drawings where we all just come together and draw on one big canvas in magma.com. Feel free to go play around with that app, and then when the day comes for us to work together or to hang out, draw together, you are a little familiarized because it has a little bit of a learning curve. So yeah, a lot of hiccups. Yesterday we had a lot of hiccups doing our first hangout. Our first hangout in a long time, I'll say that. But nonetheless, it was really cool. We were able to figure out all the hiccups that we were having, all the little technical issues. We're figuring them out pretty quick. Alrighty, we have one leg. Maybe make this a little bit shorter. In the comments, let me know who your favorite Dragon Ball Z character is, and maybe we'll draw him next time. Or if you would want to see him being drawn, you can just join in next time I'm streaming, and you can suggest any character. Because like I said, I'll do 10-minute drawings for the audience. All right, we got 8 minutes left on the clock, and we are almost done with this pose. All right, so let's zoom in over here because this leg is a little tricky. So we have the thigh, which is almost at the same height as the other one, and the foot that comes back here. All right, we can just bring it out a little bit more. Again, thank you to those joining by, passing by. Appreciate your time. Okay, let's do the foot, the knee, and the toes. Right now, the way I'm drawing is just simplify. because I'm working on my speed, not so much on accuracy. And we're a little bit of both, right? But I'm working more on my style. So some of the things that I do, like the fingers, the toes, it's something that I already have in my mind. I try to keep that the same way that I drew it last time. I'll draw it again. So just creating my style, because when you're working for, let's say, a company, or you're working on comic books, you want to repeat the same things, but you want to create your own style, right? So that everything just comes a little faster, a little easier. And those are my goals, to make my stories, and this is helping me develop my style. All right, so hands, real quick hand tutorial. Those who have hard time drawing hands, so focus on the fingers, not so much on the, well, focus on the tip of the fingers. Once you have the tip of the fingers, you can connect it back to the hands like this. We have a thumb, we have an index finger, and we have the rest of the fingers just coming down. Lower than that one, lower than this one. Okay. Let me just take away 2 fingers. And there we go. We have 5 fingers. I wish Frieza had only 4 fingers. I think it would make him more of an interesting character. So let's draw Frieza with 3 fingers. How about that? All right, 2 and 3. Make him look more like an alien. All right, I can erase a little bit here. Now that we have all the fingertips, now we can go, if you want to do the nails and the break. All right, and then the palm, and okay. So I'm gonna I am. Welcome to the stream. All right, we got 4 minutes and 44 seconds. 444. All right, so we have a pretty let's bring this down a little bit. We have a pretty solid structure. Now we can go into details. Usually at 5 minutes, I like to start going into details, to have somewhat of a, now I'm focusing more on like the accuracy of some of the details. So we have Frieza, right? So we want to still keep that essence of Frieza and not my own thing. The things that uh, will be my things are like the limbs. So those things I try to keep it within my way of drawing, and then the details, try to keep finding some of the details accurate, just so that we can tell it is the character that we're trying to draw. All right, Nate, welcome to the stream. We're drawing Frieza tonight. All right, we have a shoulder right here. Let's do the other hand. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. And like I said, we are gonna draw Frieza with only 4 fingers. I think it suits him pretty well. We got 1 and 2. Let's see, something feels off in this second hand. I think this hand needs to be bigger. There we go. That's more like it. And this other hand, let's make it bigger as well, because it's not going, oops, too big. There we go. The things that I like to focus on, like that I like to accentuate or accent, is the hands, the feet, and the face. And I feel like my style will stand out because of those little 3 features, or not that it'll stand out, but they differ from regular realistic drawing. All right, we have our bicep here, other bicep, 3 minutes. All right, time to do the face, my least favorite part. And here we go. Okay. One thing that I've been trying to fix and become more aware of is how I start doing the eyes. Usually I start with the right eye, but today I'm starting with the left eye. Tortuga, welcome to the stream. All right, we got one eye. And let's see. Once I have the left eye now, I can use it as a reference to draw the right eye. But usually, they don't look the same. So trying to be as cautious as possible. And it's okay to have different eyes, you know? But I like to tell myself at least to make me feel better. All right, let's make this eye a little bit closer. And this other eye also a little closer. Discord. All right. Guess his head is a little bit more round. Oh, 47 seconds. Will I finish? Will I finish? Ooh, this eye looks crooked. 39. Let's do the ear, the nose, and the big mouth. All right, 28. Boom. At the end, I'll go back and clean it up. So I'll make some contrast so that it's easier to see the character as a whole, almost as like a finished piece. And we can clean up some of these extra strokes. All right. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, if you stick to the end, then you will see, or if you fast forward the video after, you will see the finished piece. All right, little duck, calm down. Cola, Anthony, welcome to the stream. All right, let's zoom in over here. Tacos, welcome, Tacos de Pastor. All right, so we have 2 freezers done. Okay. Let me know if you guys would want to see the other program I was talking about. It's called Feather. Might do a quick video, well, a short video, like a 10-minute video on YouTube, talking about my experience with that program. Yeah, I should do that more. Yep. Let me take that mental note where I just explore new programs and give my reaction as an artist. All right. Okay, the chest. All right, next one. Let me charge my phone. All right, so the next drawing we have tonight will be a drawing of Frieza again. All right, and I think this would be the last one. Let's see how long life has been going for. Oh, we just made an hour. But I'll do the last one. I said we're gonna go for an hour. Might go for an hour and 15, an hour and 30. All right, so 3 Friezas. Let's do more epic pose. All right, let's see. Something that has a little bit more of a complex pose, let's say. All right, I think that one looks cool. It has, and also this one looks cool. Let's go with, I think this one is harder. So let's go with the harder one. X, welcome to the stream. We're doing Frieza today. Just quick little sketches, 15-minute sketches. Let's move this Frieza to the side. Then we make room for this one in the middle. All right. Thanks to those watching for sticking around. Appreciate your time. Let's open up this and disable for this. That is disabled. All right, we're gonna be starting in 2 minutes. Junebug, welcome to the stream. All right, so get ready with the timer. And all right, we got 15 minutes on the clock. In 3, 2, 1, let it rip. All right, let's go. So my method of drawing is usually just to do the head always. The head always comes first. Then I go into and get into the body. All right, for this one, I feel like I want to do just a little bit of a directional. Just marking across here to direct the face. All right, and we have a head. All right, now I'm gonna do the body, and the body comes all the way in. Hey Danny, welcome to the stream. We're drawing Frieza in a foreshortening pose. All right, so this shoulder comes over here. Now, because it's coming straight to us, the arm's not gonna be so long, right? It's gonna be shorter. This is called foreshortening when things are coming to you. So I'll do the hand. This is my direction. And the hand, when things are closer to you, they get bigger. So the hand will be a bit bigger than his head. And I already do the head big. So this is gonna be an even bigger hand. All right, and then for the arm, the way I connect it back is just doing just curves coming back to the arm. I have to make the shoulder bigger because I feel like this is maybe Freezer final form. All right, this is the last drawing of the night. Like I said, shorter stream tonight. Usually I'll go for 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. Okay, we have those done. Let's move them down. Make it bigger. That's pretty good. All right, we have the pelvic area. I think we can move the head a little bit lower. Like I said, it's stuck pretty much to the shoulder, stuck to the ear. All right, let's do the other shoulder over here. There we go. That's a little better. Do the other hand. So this hand is going to be a bit smaller because it's further away from us. Hey Roxy, welcome to the stream. Daddy, welcome. Thank you for the gift, Rosie. I gotta develop emoticons for when I get shocked or get a rose. So I appreciate it. Still new to this stream, so don't know what to do when I get lightning. NPC style. Alright, so we got the hand done. Make it even a little bit shorter. Appreciate it. Alright, and we got the back and the tail, the cut off tail coming up over here. Okay. So I try to go live every day, not every other day. And the way my life works is that I do a 10-minute challenge, 15-minute challenge for myself, just to get a little faster in drawing. And then I'll take 10-minute challenges from the audience. But tonight, I'm doing a shorter stream just because I'm a bit exhausted. Had a long day of my day job. Just do multiple things all at once. All right. Detail here. And all right, so I see how I did the hand a bit too long. All right, let's add the chest, the part of the torso. I don't know what this is here, but let's add that. We can add the waist. All right, now let's add the legs, the other leg. Yeah, no, and this is a really cool pose. I hope I can make it. I hope I can make it justice or give it justice. Yeah. Hope I have a cool drawing by the end of this. Okay. So we have the feet. And the other foot, the other toe, I mean. User 4687, welcome. All right, let's make this shorter. Add the feet. So again, when I'm drawing the toes or the hands or the fingers, I'm just getting a sense of what the legs are or the feet, and just giving it a little bit of stroke. It's paid. Welcome to the stream. Alrighty. So we have 8 minutes left. At 5 minutes, I like to go ahead and start the face. Until that time comes, I will be working on other details. Alright, so there we have a finished face. Thank you for the fire. Thank you for the comments. Alrighty. So I think I can move this a little bit higher so it can look like even it's coming straight at you. All right, let's erase this a bit. Make the forearm bigger, the bicep smaller. Type Karens, welcome to the stream. Type Kalmars. That's trim. That's trim. Trim. That's trim. Oh, I see the stream. Oh, thank you. All right. So now we're almost to the point where we are finishing this sketch. We have 7 minutes left. Let's do the hand. All right, we got one, the thumb. All right, and so one thing that I was starting earlier was to do only 4 fingers for a freezer, because I think it's more suiting than 5. Needs to be a little bit more like a frog. All right, we got 2 and 3 fingers. There we go. Oops, I'm trying to erase. Okay. Let's make this finger more dynamic and we can create a little bit more space. Nope, didn't work. Let me change that. That's fine then. All right. Here we go. Caprice Classic. Welcome to the stream. We're drawing Frieza with 3 fingers. Okay. Erase this. All right. Then over here, we didn't finish this. 2, 3. All right, 5 minutes left. Now let's go into the face. Erase here. What is this? Oh, that's nothing. All right, but I do think that this hand could be a little longer. And it's gonna come out. Hot Tate, welcome to the stream. Ozzy, welcome. Thank you for liking the live. Appreciate that. All right, this hand will come out a little bit more, and then therefore this bicep will be higher. Okay. All right, time to do the face. Like I said, 5 minutes left. Now this is the thing that I hate the most, because I need to pay attention and not make it too messy. All right, so one of my goals is to always do the left eye first, and I did it without thinking too much. Roy, welcome to the stream. All right, so we got one eye. Now we're going to do the other one. The reason why I want to start doing more of that left eye first is because I use it as a reference for the second eye. So it's here, you don't have to match it because of the expression, but usually you want to make the eyes look similar. Okay, we have the nose and then the mouth. Three minutes left. Oh, I like the details in the mouth here. Not just an open mouth, but you can see the teeth and where they go in the back. Pretty cool. All right, so Frieza doesn't look like Frieza until you just do the bowling ball head that he has. Yui, Yuwa, Yu, Xiao Meng, welcome to the stream. All right, now we get to clean up a little bit. Let's just erase, connect this right here. All right, erase this. Okay. And we're almost done with the stream tonight. We're only doing 3 sketches of our favorite supervillain, Frieza. Chili Chili, what's up, bro? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're almost done with the stream. If you want to check out the full stream, go head over to my YouTube channel and you can see howdy howdy. All good, bro, all good. All right. Also, I want to invite everyone who is curious about drawing to join me for our next is that Procreate? Yes, it is Procreate, Ozzy. I'm doing a hangout stream once a week. That's the goal right now, to do it once a week. You're welcome to join my Discord or my YouTube channel, and you get a heads up when the hangout will happen. Usually, right now, I want to do it for Thursdays. Thursdays, the designated day. But we might do just pop up stream, hangout, just a random. So I appreciate you guys. If you want to join, head over to my YouTube channel. All right, we got 39 minutes left. Let's close in over here. Do some of this and the lines. We can't forget these cheek lines. Erase, erase. And we are done. 20 seconds left. Let's do the kneecap. The other kneecap. We can shrink this maybe. Oops. Shrink it a little bit. Also, if you guys want to, I'm trying to teach myself how to draw. Good to see stream like this. Been drawing every day. It's straight garbage. No, that's how it is, man. Like I always say, like if you want to have a good drawing, you have to make 20 bad drawings, right? So, but every drawing you do, you learn a little bit better from. So you see, if you could see, the first drawing that I did looks like trash. So if I were to stop there, I would have been disappointed on my day. But once I did that bad one, then I went into the second one, which is a little bit better, but still not there yet. You can see the face, how it changed. And then the third one, I'm pretty happy with. Happy with the pose, happy with the, oops, happy with the details. And I develop a thing where Frieza needs to have only 3 fingers instead of 4. I mean, instead of 5. I mean, 4 fingers instead of 5. There we go. Yeah, so now my 3 sketches are done. Now all I do is I go back and I clean them up a bit. But yeah, so if you want to join on the next hangout drawing that we do, feel free to join the Discord on my YouTube channel. Link is in the description of my TikTok. And then I'll let you know the next time we're doing a hangout. And no stress, you know. One of the guys yesterday was drawing with his mouse, which is very impressive. It turned out pretty cool. It's all about how you use the tool, not the tool itself. It's how you use it. All right, and thank you for the follow, Aussie. Thank you, appreciate that. All right, so let's go back and clean up drawing number 1. Now, I'm gonna put a timer just because I don't want to go over my time. I said I was gonna do an hour stream, and it's already a little bit over an hour. Let's do 5 minutes. So we're gonna spend 5 minutes on each. I will definitely just join, like the vibe. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, and when we do the hangout stream, we'll choose one drawing and we'll stick to that one. But if you feel like you want to do more of a figure drawings, we also do timer and stuff. And it'll be pretty dynamic. You can check out yesterday's stream on my YouTube as well, so you can feel the vibe, how it went. A bit slower than this because I am on my streaming mode and on my challenge mode, so it's a little bit slower. All right, so now we can go ahead and do the 5 minutes on the clock. And microphone's still working. Hey Joey, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. All right, so 5 minutes. Let's stop this and start it over. Boom. I wish I would have done this pose. I won't skip my. All right, next time. All right, so let's look for this pose. Where is it? All right, so it was Freezer Black. All right, so now what I'm trying to do is just create contrast and clean it up a little bit. And it's just to have somewhat of a finished sketch, right? Um, when I'm doing the sketch, the first round is just to have markings, and then I'll go back and clean it up a bit. For some reason, now that I'm looking at this pose, I don't like it too much. I don't like the anatomy, but it's what I chose, so I gotta stick to it. Hey Lucas, welcome to the stream. We are almost done for the night. We're doing our last touches on these sketches. Spent about an hour, 15 minutes on each. And Black Frieza is the subject of today. Well, Frieza in general. All right, let's see how we can fix this head. Maybe we can use the. I also did a little walkthrough through Procreate, so in case anyone wants to see a little bit of Procreate, some of the features that it has, you can head over to my YouTube channel, and you can see a quick walkthrough. All right, boom. Let's see, so we can color this up a little bit. And in Procreate, if you bend your pencil, you can get a different texture. All right. All right. It's almost 4 o'clock here. I must see how I do tomorrow. Yeah, it took way too long to start the stream. Totally uh, was trying to set up my YouTube stream, but that was a bit unsuccessful. Alrighty, and well, setting up the chat and things like that took a little bit of time. All right, so now the head. Okay, so it's gonna create some dashes here for the face. So quick tip, when you're creating a texture and you want it to be the same, so you just want to do the consistency of the lines to be the same. So this is somewhat saying that the face, the arms have a similar texture or similar color. Should have, let me erase this neck here just because then you won't be able to see any details. Okay. Now we're moving on to the waist. Mugaura, Mugiwara. Hope I pronounced this somewhat correct. Welcome to the stream. All right. And I didn't do any muscles for Frieza because he doesn't need to have leg muscles. You can tell Frieza's buff. All right. Fill this up. Fill this up. Now we move on to the tail. And again, I'm just doing this for contrast. Let's complete the tail. I think the eyes could be a little bit more menacing. There we go. Okay. Somewhat of separated eyes, but maybe the mouth will go up a little bit more. S, welcome to the stream. There we go. Bring the eyes closer in. All right, 5 minutes are up. Didn't finish, so let's just do it real quick. Add some lipstick here. Add the markings. Let's see, teeth. Yep, teeth have some markings. What was I missing? All right, so the last thing I'm missing is just yes, the detail on the, what was that? This is a fan art. Yep, looks good. And this Frieza looks cool as well. All right, so the last thing I was gonna add was the tail. Can't find your Discord. Discord's in the link of my YouTube video. See if, let me know if you find it, or just send me a DM and then I'll send it to you directly. That could work as well. F, welcome to the stream. All right. Oh, I didn't do the hands. Let's do the hands. I mean the fingers. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you find it. If not, I'll send it to you directly. If you find it on YouTube, it'll be on the description. But if you just send me a DM also, I'll send it to you directly. All right, let's do the fingers real quick. And again, 4 fingers. 4 fingers for Frieza this time. I think it's more suiting to have 4 fingers for him. Reptilian self. Oops. Where's my brush? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3 fingers plus the thumb. All right, let's do the other hand. So we got 1. By the way, I also did a 3D model of Omega Shenron. Turned out pretty cool. Feel free to go and check that out. We got 2 and 3. Let's make a little bit of an angle here. Marlo, welcome to the stream. All right, and there we have it. That's what is it? A Frieza Junior. Gives me one of those Cell Junior vibes. All right, let's see. Just one last thing before I move on to the next Frieza. Let's pull his hand out a little bit, move it down, and connect it here. Elbow, forgot the elbow. And elbow. All right, cool. Happy with that. All right, next 5 minutes. 5 minutes for the next Frieza. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, so this one, I like his pose, and I'm doing regular Frieza this time, so it'll be a lot faster. 4 minutes and 44 seconds, and I didn't even start. Let me color his eyes. I like my expression a little bit better, sort of like a scared expression, but also upset. Like, no, but yeah. All right. For those who are coming in, just so you know, the way my streams would work usually, I do take challenges and recommendations from the chat. I would, tonight I didn't take any recommendations just because I wanted to make a short stream. Oops, what just happened? The connection stopped for some reason, but let me see. There we go. Yeah, so today the stream was a little bit more just for me to do at least 3 sketches. This is all I drew for the whole day today. Was out of the house and then came home, had dinner, and yeah. Tomorrow my day would consist of waking up early, working on my commission real quick, sending it to a client, and leave the house for a couple of hours, come back and do revisions. Gotta say it out loud so that my mind gets used to this. I've been trying to work on my scheduling and stuff. You can see my stream, for me at least, is super late. It's 4 o'clock over here right now. Let's see how many hours I sleep. All right, so we have a face. Oh yeah. So not too much detail on this one, just to color the bottom part. Let me just erase some of these scratchy lines. Erase this. Connect the leg. Oh, I forgot the tail in this one. Oh man. Frieza has no tail. All right. So where Frieza is like a mixture of a gecko, a frog. He always get his tail cut off. All right, and right over here. Let me add, oops, there we go. Let me add one of his attacks. Okay, clean up over here, clean up on all 3. All right, I can't see that, and we're done. Clean up over here. All right, pretty happy with this one. Much better than the first one, I feel. Although the first one had its pluses because it's a different Frieza. Yeah, I don't like this head shape. Let me fix it up a little bit. See if I can do anything with warp. Yep, I think that worked. There we go. All right, the quacking is quackering. So now for the next stream, I will have the chat on top of this should be okay. Just got to be mindful of that. Doesn't get too much in the dry. All right. ROC, welcome. We're finishing up with some Freezer sketches that we did for 15 minutes each sketch. And then last sketch of the night. Oh, this is a cool pose of Vegeta. Very cool. And this way. All right. So this is where Frieza gets cut up in pieces. Yeah, this chat won't work there. So I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out. All right. Maybe I'll make the timer smaller. All right. By the way, I just want to invite you guys to check out my YouTube channel. This is the I'm on 520 subscribers. The goal will be to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal. Reach 1,000 and uh, get the movement going. Also want to invite you to join me on the next drawing hangout that we have. For that, you would need to join the Discord. It should be on my YouTube channel on the comment section or on the description of the channel, description of the video. All right, let's get over with this last sketch and call it a night. Thank you to those new followers who came and to the those who are coming by still. All right, let's start. Let's see something. Oh, this can't get, oops. There we go. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so last Frieza of the night. I could do it more justice with the highlights and things like that, but first want to fill it up. Separate these pieces. All right. I didn't check tick. Oh, okay. It's pretty hard to see this type, but next time we'll keep fixing the chat section. All right, where were we? 3 minutes left. Okay. I forgot. All right, bending the pencil a little bit and going at it. Here we have one of these things, and over here the last one. You can see a little bit on the foot, and then let's focus on the face. All right, color the eyes, clean up some of this facial structures. Oh, the ear, forgot to add a little bit of the ear coming down, and the chest, the abdomen piece. Bring it out. Clean up the finger a little bit more. Yeah, since these fingers are a little bit more close up, I want a little bit more detail. Oh, I see. I forgot this part right here. And as you're drawing, I want you to think of things as like one shape, and then you can break them up to pieces. All right, we are almost done. We got 1 minute left. One minute left. And 23. Okay, let's add some fingernails. And since we have time, add some details here. Yeah, some of the blood. The vein coming out of his forehead. And there we have it. Probably my favorite one was this Frieza. It was the more complete. For some reason, I thought I was gonna enjoy this one more, but it was a little underwhelming. All right, and we are done for the night or the morning. Let's erase over here. Okay, last touch of this guy. All right, let's color this in a little bit more. There we go. All right, this was all for tonight. Thank you again to those who joined in, to pass by. Appreciate your time. Welcome to those who are joining. And don't forget, once again, feel free to join the Discord at Artclstudios as well. Link is in the description of the video. Y'all have a good night. Chunk over here. Oh yeah, and never stop learning for you, because you can teach others. All right, have a good night. Wait, before I go, let me see what would happen if I just increase his head. That's a bit better. A little smaller. All right, now we're done. Peace.